All right, I'm just going to go over the study guide. If you attended the Zoom, then you've already seen me go over this, but I did want to have a recording for those that did not get to attend the Zoom today, or maybe just wanted a refresher before taking their test. So for number 1, we have d minus 5/9 is equal to 3/9. So we need to add 5/9 to both sides. And when we do that, the right-hand side cancels out. That's why I drew an X on it. Or sorry, the left-hand side cancels out. And that leaves us with 3 plus 5, which gives us that 8. And then we keep our denominator. So we have d equals 8/9. For number 2, we have negative 11h is equal to negative 22. So this is saying negative 11 times h equals negative 22. So since we're multiplying negative 11 times h, we are going to divide by negative 11 on both sides, and that gives us a positive 2. So h equals 2. For number 3, we are going to multiply by the flipped fraction on both sides. So we are going to multiply by negative 2/5 on both sides. So that cancels out the stuff on the right side of my equation. And then in the calculator, you just multiply the two top numbers because technically this is over 1. So you do 2 times 45 divided by 5. So in the calculator, you'll just plug in 2, and then the negative is down here by the 0, times 45, and then you'll do divided by 5. And that's where I got that negative 18 from. For number 4, we subtract 3 from both sides, and we get 2. And because 5 minus 3 is 2. And then these cancel out. So then we bring down x over 6 equals 2. Multiply by 6 on both sides, and we get x equals 12. You can pause the video at any time if you need to write stuff down. So write the word sentence as an inequality. So you're just writing it as you read it. So a number x, so that's where I've got this x, minus 7.3 is less than, so the less than symbol kind of looks like a sideways L, 6. And that's all you have to do for number 5. You don't have to solve it. Number 6, you're going to write the sentence and then you will solve it. So it says the product. Product means we're multiplying. So the product of negative 2 and some number x, so negative 2 times x, is greater than, so that is this symbol, 30. So that's how I wrote it. Negative 2x is greater than 30. And then it says we want the solution, so we are going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. When we divide by negative 2, it flips our inequality. So now I have x is less than negative 15, and so that is my solution. We're actually going to skip number 7. That is no longer on your test. Number 8, we draw the line down our inequality, and we have to do the opposite of what's happening to x. So right now x is being subtracted by 3, and so we're going to add 3 to both sides. And that gives us 3 plus 5, which is 8. And then we just bring down that x. So my solution is x is less than, because you just bring down your symbol, 8. So make sure you have this whole thing on there. It kind of looks like, and let me redo this for you guys. So this less than sign kind of looks like it's pointing to the left. That's telling us what direction our graph goes. So at 8, it'll be an open circle going to the left. And the reason it's an open circle is because there's not a line under the inequality. Number 9. So scribbled all over this. Sorry about that. We have k divided by negative 4. So we have to do the opposite. So we're going to multiply by negative 4 on both sides. When I multiply by negative 4, I flip my inequality so it goes the opposite direction. So it turns into a greater than sign. And then -2 times -4 is a +8. So K is greater than or equal to 8. Since there's a line under my inequality, I fill in that circle, so it's now colored in. And that greater than sign kind of looks like it's an arrow pointing to the right, so it's telling me I'm going to the right. All right. So number 10, solve the inequality. So right now we have -9, so we have to add 9 to both sides, because you always do addition or subtraction first. So these cancel out, and that leaves me with -4b is greater than +4, because -5 plus 9 is +4. I divide by -4 on both sides, and that cancels out my negative and my 4 on the left, leaving me with just b. 4 divided by -4 is 1, or -1, sorry. And then I divide it by a negative, so I flip my inequality, so it's now going the opposite direction. So it's now b is less than -1. So it's an open circle going to the left at -1. Number 11, we multiply that 4 through the parentheses, so we have 4 times w is 4w. 4 times 6 is 24, so we have 4w minus 24, and then just bring down the rest of it. So less than or equal to -12. We start with addition or subtraction, so we have subtraction. We're going to add 24 to both sides, so these cancel out. Bring down that 4w. So 4w is less than or equal to 12 now. Then I divide by 4 on both sides, and I get w is less than or equal to 3, because 12 divided by 4 is 3. And so that's a filled in circle because there's a line underneath my inequality, and it's going to the left. Number 12 says you earn $9.20 per hour. So I put 9.20 H, so times H, however many hours I work. And I want to buy a smartphone that costs $299. So this amount of time that I work and how much I earn for that time has to be larger than or equal to $299. So then I divide by $9.20 on both sides. And I get H by itself because those cancel. And I get H is greater than or equal to 32.5. So I have to work 32.5 hours or more to be able to buy my smartphone. You must be at least 42 inches tall to ride the bumper cars at the amusement park. Write the inequality that represents the situation. So I put H. You can use any letter you want. So I have H. And I know that I have to be taller than 42 inches, which means the opening side of my inequality comes towards or points towards the H. So my height has to be larger than 42 or equal to 42. You have $2.50. Each gumball costs 25 cents. Write and solve an inequality that represents the number of gumballs you can buy. So I have 25 cents times each gumball that I buy, so times G, is going to be less than or equal to $2.50. And it has to be less than or equal to $2.50 because I don't have more than $2.50. Then you divide by 25 cents on both sides, and that leaves G by itself, so you just bring G down. So I have G is less than or equal to, and then 2.5 or $2.50 divided by 25 cents is 10. So I can buy $10 or 10 gumballs, or I could buy less than 10 gumballs, but I cannot buy more than 10 gumballs. I'll also be sending you this in a PDF as well, so that way you have the answer key as a PDF and a video. But feel free to email me if you have any questions.